I'll be back. More like, don't come back. Hey YouTube, CK Burch. This is my review of the new Terminator, or I'm sorry, my Geek review of the new Terminator Genesys trailer for the new film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and everyone else. Let me make sure my camera's on. Yeah, I'm doing this naked. That's right. That's how Terminators arrive from the future. They arrive in the nude. You got a problem? It's time travel. You got a problem with that? Huh? I can't do that. That's much better. Much better. Yeah. Agree out in that. Much better. So let's talk about the bullshit that I just watched for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Terminator Genesys. The premise is that it looks like it goes back in time to fuck with time in order to reboot a franchise that does not need a reboot, nor does it desire to be rebooted. In fact, the very concept of a reboot of the Terminator franchise is the antithesis of what it stands for, as these are machines. They do not need to be rebooted. They just need to terminate. Look, all jokes aside, this looks like a really piss-poor fan film. Let's be honest here, okay? I saw a bunch of shitty green screen effects. I saw a bunch of shitty, unfinished digital CGI effects. I saw a bunch of interesting-looking practical effects. And I saw a very, very well-done young Linda Hamilton impression. Let me tell you, Khaleesi has got this shit. I can't remember the actress's name. And because I don't want to look away from my camera, I'm not going to go look it up right now because I'm kind of on a thing at the moment. Okay, so let's just say number one, the actress who is playing Sarah Connor has the look, the mannerisms, and the speech down. When I saw her show up in the armored truck in the trailer, and she said, "Move, soldier," I was in. I was actually in. For a second, I was in anyway. You know, like, the trailer opens up, we've got really awful-looking special effects. This really does look like a piss-poor fan film, okay? I've seen the guys in Rocket Jump produce better special effects on a YouTube video that lasts 1 minute and 30 seconds than I have in what is going to be presumably a 2-hour movie here. This is a big-budget Hollywood spectacle with the return of Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, okay? Now, I understood that the plot carried around that Sarah Connor is being raised by a Terminator, so because of the organic skin that they put on the Terminator exoskeletons, or endoskeletons, I'm sorry. Exo means outer, endo means inner. Dictionary. So I understood that was the plot, and I got that, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy Arnold's older self in here, but let's look at the facts of what is going on here. You've got Kyle Reese going back in time, being sent there by John Connor, who looks nothing like Christian Bale, motherfuckers, gets sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor like the events of the first Terminator film, okay? But then we see elements of not just the first Terminator film, but then Terminator 2, and then Terminator 3, mixed with some Terminator Salvation. This isn't a movie. This is an episode of Will It Blend? And it won't blend. This doesn't look good at all. Aside from a few interesting practical effects. Number one, that bus flipping on that bridge. Couldn't tell if that was 100% practical, but it certainly looked like it, and we know it's doable. Thank you, Christopher Nolan. Aside from a few interesting looking practical effects, and a few twists on what's happening, this looks like shit. Okay? The scene in the trailer where we see old Arnold Schwarzenegger take out the original T-800 that was sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor, in that scene, you see the footage of... they literally took footage of Arnold Schwarzenegger from the first Terminator film, and they put it into this movie, and you can see the terrible, like, blue screen glow that's around him. I'm sorry. My hair is just going to look like a beret today, like a military beret, in honor of John Connor and the human resistance. It just looks like shit. It just looks like shit. If you can look at that, you can tell me that you're interested in that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It looks like special effects. It looks like not very well done special effects. It looks like a story that basically said, let's take all the interesting stuff from the other films and make it look worse than Terminator 3. Okay? And look, I think it's telling that Terminator 2, which is a film from 1991, has better looking special effects than this trailer does. I mean, we get a shot of the T-1000 Liquid Metal Man, like in full motion and in full detail and close up. And the close-up shots of the T-1000 in Terminator 2 look better than this. That film is what? Now I have to do math. Thank you, Hollywood, for making me do math. 1991, 2014, 23 years. 23 years, and the shots in this film look shittier. How is that a possibility? You can't take Arnold Schwarzenegger and put him in a Terminator film, give him a gun, and have him say the "I'll be back" line, and then jump out of a helicopter, and then crash headfirst into another helicopter with shitty effects, and tell me that it was a good idea. You spelled Genesys wrong, by the way. Genesys? That doesn't... I know you're trying to go for the whole, like, SYS, like, system thing or something, but it just sounds like a terrible digital genital disease of some kind. This is not a good-looking movie. The more of the premise that comes out, the more it is clear that this is not very well thought through. Somewhere, James Cameron is laughing his ass off going, I'm making Avatar 24, and it's going to look better than this. What? Why? 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 Terminator 2 is one of the best made, most entertaining films in cinematic history. The first Terminator is a classic, marred and flawed, but it's a classic. Terminator 3 is awful, god-awful, and Terminator Salvation was mediocre at best. It had moments, but mediocre moments. At least it wasn't as bad as Terminator 3. Doing a full-on reboot while combining elements of all the other films that came before, it's just ill-conceived and shouldn't be done. Yet they're doing it anyway, and they're expecting us to pay money to go and see it in the theaters. Well, I can tell you right now, based on this one preview that I've seen, they will be getting my money. I had hopes that Arnold Schwarzenegger returning as a Terminator would be fun and at least entertaining. I just knocked my table. Sorry. But the thing is that I grew up with Terminator 2. And then I watched Terminator 3 and I watched Terminator Salvation and I went, it's okay. I think James Cameron knew. I think he knew what strange beast would awaken if they continued the franchise past Terminator 2. Which is why he had nothing to do with the subsequent films that came after. With good reason. He's a smart man. You know? He's a smart man. We paid money for Titanic and we paid money for Avatar. And Avatar was derivative as shit. But holy shit, I put popcorn in my mouth. Absolutely. I didn't drink any soda because I would have had to pee nearly halfway through that 9-hour film. But we paid for it. And we got our money's worth. Both times. Every time. So, this movie's going to make money opening weekend. This is my prediction. This movie's going to make money opening weekend, and then people are going to bitch about it, and it will tank. It's just, I don't see how any good can come of this. They showed us the Jurassic World trailer. Oh. They've showed us the Force Awakens trailer. Oh. And those movies have been in development for a while, as I'm sure this film has. But both Jurassic World and Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and Star Wars is a film that doesn't come out for a full, solid year, okay? Those had more complete, finished special effects than what we see in this Terminator trailer. And I think that's telling. I think it's telling how much thought and care is actually being put into this Terminator film. They saw dollar signs, so don't give them any. That's my geek review of this bullshit. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out my gaming channel with my brothers, the California Kings. I recently reviewed Interstellar. You can check that out as well. As you can see, I'm pretty fired up about this one because it's just, I'm sorry. I know bullshit when I see it, and I am calling bullshit on this. I'm calling bullshit on this. I don't even like Star Wars that much, and I'm excited for Star Wars. So we'll see what goes on. Anyways, that has been my geek review of this nonsense. I hope he doesn't come back. I'm sorry. That was bad. I should have ended with like, comment, and subscribe.